So we're just outside of Tekapo, on the main road that eventually gets to Christchurch. This is Burke's Pass, and a very quaint looking place. Lots of bird sound. And you can see the mist on the hills. This is it. This is the Mackenzie High Country. We're coming out of it now because we're coming down from Lake Tekapo into the Canterbury Plain. It's very dramatic, very beautiful, and you've still got the mountains. This is a hill here which is covered in cloud, but then you've got this mountain here. And it's part of the Great Southern Alps. And if you was to go that way, which you're not going to be able to see, you go towards Mount Cook, and that way the whole spine of the South Island, it goes all the way to the top, a place called Nelson. You can see the cloud cover over the hills and mountains. This is in the Canterbury Plains, a place called Geraldine. A very old and quaint town that you could very easily drive through. But we stopped off for a coffee and a walk. It's Saturday. There's a market and there's people around in the shops. Very pleasant, beautiful weather. But I'm filming. I had to go back to the car because I'd left the camera. But this is a drive-through post box. You can drive in and out the car window put in your letters and then drive off. I have never seen that before in New Zealand. It's a nice little place, very Kiwi, and sad to say, great loss of life from the township in the two wars. And I'm very proud to film the names because they should never be forgotten. Royal Navy, Fitzgerald, and what ship he served on, able seaman. The Canterbury Plains is absolutely lush countryside. You can just get a feeling of the hills behind the town there. And there's a lovely river walk. Let's see what it gives us. Yesterday was in Lake Tekapo. Cold. Now it's hot. Unique climate, obviously because of the mountains and the hills. Let's go this way. This has given me an opportunity to talk to camera of a subject I wasn't going to do on a walk, but now I've got the opportunity. The wife's off shopping. It's about books. So we've been into bookstores in every place we've been on our vacation holiday, and there's books we can't resist. I had no intention of buying, but we did. And in Christchurch, I'm aiming to go to a fantastic second-hand bookstore. Get some more, because you can never have enough books. But here's the question. Do you find a book, or does the book call you? Now it's a perhaps too metaphysical a question really, and I don't mean it anything but, well, perhaps I do. In a spiritual sense, there are books that you will go into a bookstore, not even register, perhaps because you're not ready for it. But then you can go into the same bookshop at a later date, and the same books are there, and you find a book that you are ready for. And I don't know whether it's a thing or I'm just making it up. Do books call us? So I've picked up books on this holiday I would never have done, never thought I would pick up. There's one, Enchanted April, which is my wife's favourite film. As soon as I saw it, I thought, yep, I'm going to get it. But I wouldn't have done it a year ago. Nice little river. So it's a question that has intrigued me, is intriguing me. And I don't know the answer. But there is definitely certain books that I have felt I should get, and I couldn't explain why. And perhaps it's just me. Perhaps I'm reading into it something that shouldn't be read into. I'd imagine this river, by the way, this will be quite in flood. You won't be able to walk on this. Just a question. You may have your own opinion. And the music you can hear is a live band. And I'm not talking about esoteric, magical, pulling you towards them. I mean, our tastes and likes change through the years. Definitely as you grow older. I can't explain it. I don't know if I'm doing a proper justice to the idea that I have in my mind. Is there a pull to certain books? Have you ever had it, but you can't explain it? So, there was a period in my time, my history, that I was pulled very much to books to do with Italy and ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, then books to do with women writers, female writers. The fact that Wuthering Heights was hated at its time because it held up a mirror to Victorian society, the era of the 19th century, and they didn't like the fact that it showed domestic violence. The fact that Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, she had to do it anonymously, and I'm still pulled to female writers because of that. Are those books calling me to read them and understand them and therefore talk about them? I don't know. I'm not talking there's a ghost behind it and come over here, but there is definitely a pull. It's a nice little spot, this. Very safe. Kid running through the park there up to somewhere. So, an interesting question. Something to ponder. So having walked through this garden talking about, do books pull us, or do we find them by chance, I came across this. Perhaps that's what books do. They help us. That's intriguing.